Welcome to Chosen Few Expats. My name is Alonzo. Today I'm going to be sharing with you a portion of an interview that I did with Theresa Glaspie. Theresa has a YouTube channel called Theresa's New Dawn. I met Theresa when she was here on vacation. We had a couple of really nice conversations. She asked me to do an interview, so I was very happy to do it. So I'm going to be posting portions of that interview here. You can head over to her channel and check out the full interview. So we will be hosting webinars to take questions concerning our Panama relocation online course, as well as our Panama relocation experience tours that we are releasing. We can also address some other questions that you have about Panama in general. We plan to do those about once every other week or so. So be on the lookout on our Facebook group, which is Panama Relocation and Expat Experience, or sign up for our community. You can click on the link in the description down below or scan the QR code that is on your screen. That'll put you on our mailing list where you can receive our newsletter. You can receive invites to these types of webinars, that we're going to be having via Zoom. Won't be on YouTube, but we can have the discussion privately via Zoom, where we can really be more candid and discuss things a lot more openly than on this forum. So, if you're interested in that, please do go to our website, PanamaRelocationOnlineCourses.com, where you can get more information on our products and services. So you can check out the full interview on her channel, which is called Theresa's New Dawn, but I will be posting some clips and segments of the interview here, so y'all enjoy.
And if you don't mind sharing, what caused you and your wife to consider the lifestyle change?
Well, there's several things that are going on back in the U.S., right now. Conditions are deteriorating very quickly, even more so now than at the time we thought about moving. I think we first thought about moving in the 2016, 2017 timeframe is when it first occurred to us that we may want to leave the United States. Because, you have the situation with all of the mass murders, you have the high rates of violent crime. And I grew up in Gary, Indiana, which was like the reigning murder capital of the world, like every other year between like the 80s and the early 2000s. So, when you're growing up in the middle of all of this stuff, sometimes you kind of become numb to it. So, in the US, we're experiencing all these issues with these mass murders, the shootings. You have people being torn apart along every line possible, along political, racial, gender lines. You have the situation with the natural disasters, tornadoes, hurricanes, things are escalating, when it comes to that. And the inflation is even going through the roof to the point where it's hyperinflation. You got, economists saying that the housing market, the balloon may be about to pop on that again. So there's several reasons why, we decided to leave the United States. And for us, it's not something that I discuss with a lot of people because you don't know where people are when it comes to, their belief system. But, I am a Bible man. So, prophetically, there are some things in there, where the outcome for the U.S. is not good. And that's kind of what we see developing right before our eyes right now. So all of those reasons together are why we decided to become expats. By being an interview, we kind of had to talk through things relatively quickly, but I wanted to dive back into a couple of things that I mentioned there. One of which being the inflation, or the U.S. being on the way to hyperinflation. So, let's put some numbers around that. Let's take a look at a couple of video clips here.
What's going on? Electricity, 25% increase. Auto insurance up 33%, used cars up 35%, hotels up 15%, groceries. This matters, up 25%. And this is a big one. You need $11,434 additional just to maintain the same living standard that you had in 2021. Did y'all get a raise?
No.
Between now and then? But that's what's happening. Rent is up 30%. Mortgage rates doubled. It's getting worse, not better. So what do you tell yourself about what you're going to do, how you're going to go about climbing out of this? Because we're headed in the wrong direction.
My name's Brian Will. I own 4 restaurants. I can tell you that in February, chicken breast was $1.64 a pound. Now it's $2.22 a pound. That's a 27% increase. Ground beef was $3.87 a pound. Now it's $4.45 a pound. 13% increase. Cheese is up 11%, ribeye up 25%, avocados up 50%. These are core staple items in a restaurant, and our average inflation-induced increase is over 20% just in the last 6 months. I would love it if it was only 3.5%, but that's just not real world. So do we raise our prices? Do we cut employees? Do we cut critical services? What are businesses supposed to do?
To be honest with ourselves about the kind of country we live in, let's be honest. There's something wrong in this country telling people it is okay to work 3 jobs, not see your kids, not see your loved ones, not take a vacation, and God forbid you get sick, okay? And I still got a job at home because I'm a mother. Because let's not forget, I don't get a day off. And I got to figure all that out. How are we going to eat? How are we going to pay rent? How are we going to pay the utility bills? That every single thing went up after COVID. Not one thing stayed the same except salaries. The only thing that stayed the same in this country is the minimum wage. Even though everything else went up. And we have a Democratic president or a Republican president, then a Democratic president, Republican president, and neither party ever talks about what is really going on in this world. Because I'm not even going to say the country. What is really going on in this world? There is no scarcity. It is how do we pit people against each other so they're too distracted to see everything that I'm too addicted to consuming and how much profit I'm making, and more profit, how many more houses one individual can have, how many yachts can one individual have. And you're gonna arrest me now that I make a tent city? Yeah. So if I take the scraps from the trash and make some kind of shelter for me and my children, regardless whether I have mental health issues, regardless whether I'm an addict, regardless of whether I am a female, male, whatever, I am a human being first. With what conscience are you criminalizing poverty?
So that first Dr. Phil clip just shows you how bad things have gotten even just within the last few years since the pandemic. And things don't show any signs of easing up. Let's take a look back at a clip from our interview with Chris Kelly, who has a program called Monetize Present Knowledge, where he teaches you how to make an online course. We bought Chris's program to help us make our online course. And he's doing this as a way to help people create streams of income just because of how bad things are getting and how tight things are getting. Especially if people are looking at moving abroad, you need to have some other options for earning. And so that's what his program is about. So if you're interested, you can scan the QR code that's on your screen or the link in the description down below. But let's check out some of the data that Chris brought forth concerning this.
People interested in your service and the people who come out of curiosity. You're a very special group of people, and I believe I can speak I can be upfront with you. I think you can more than others can hear some challenging news. These are not easy times. I don't have to convince you of that. 78% of the working Americans right now live paycheck to paycheck. 50% of homeowners and 50% of renters are reporting by a 3,000 person survey by the website redfin.com. They're a real estate brokerage website. Report that they're having problems paying their rent and paying their mortgage. That's half. 78%, more than 3/4 of working Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, even 6-digit earners. That's disastrous. Why? I believe you should develop another stream of income, one that's online, meaning you don't have to go any place, you don't have to punch a clock, you don't have to sign in, you don't have to trade time for money, is because what we're experiencing now and what we're going to be experiencing more at a higher degree in the future, possibly the near future, is more and more inflation. And inflation, not to get overly technical, is basically how you get robbed of your purchasing power. The check that you get paid every week or every 2 weeks, because of inflation, the money that you receive is worth less than last year. The problem is you cannot outwork inflation. You can't work more overtime. There aren't enough hours in the day. You have to find another plan. You need a plan B. And I'm suggesting create a plan B that's based on an online model where you don't have to get up and trade time for money. One that has the potential to become your plan A, meaning it has the potential to exceed the monies that you're leaving your house to go work for. And you're not going to be robbed of your savings by, first of all, working 4 months out of the year just for the government, and that's what a wage earner does. From January 1st to April 18th, all your monies, all of it, goes to paying state, local, state, and federal taxes. After that, as an employee, you get taxed on everything. At least as an entrepreneur, you can lower your tax liability. Now, that's another story, but my main point here is, please, don't sit by and watch this tsunami of inflation come over you, because it's happening more and it's happening at a faster rate. The money that you earn now is becoming less and less impactful. You can tell when you go to the grocery store. You can tell you're walking out with less groceries, but you're paying more money. Well, your job, considering how fast inflation is rising compared to how slowly those increases are coming in or you're getting from your employer, there's no parity. So find something else. Put another plan in action that will prosper you and your family. That's why I think it's important to do something different. And I think you should do it much sooner than later.
Yes, those are excellent points. Excellent points. And not only inflation, biting into the salary that you do have, it's coming faster than those salary increases. And that's if you can hold on to your job at all. These days there's that, with AI and increasing technology, robotics, things like that. We got to expect for the job market to take a hit there. One other thing I wanted to mention, in addition to what you said when you hit on inflation, just in terms of moving to Panama, the inflation in Panama typically lags the U.S. Significantly. The U.S. inflation is always about 2 to 2.5 times higher than in Panama. So your dollar is going to stretch farther. So by finding another source of income, that's doing yourself one big favor, and you're already looking to make a move to a country that has a lot lower rate of inflation.
True.
That's going to help stretch those dollars, your new dollars, even more. So just something that I just wanted to add to what you were saying there.
Absolutely true.
So I just wanted to add those few things, to have more of a candid discussion with you about it. I don't really mean to sound, so alarming or whatever about it, but I mean, it is a tenuous situation, probably more so than most realize. And so, we hope you all can appreciate, the honesty and, the candidness which we're speaking with here. So we hope you all enjoyed the content. Please do like, subscribe, comment down below. Check out our website, PanamaRelocationOnlineCourses.com, for our products and services. And we will catch you all on the next video.